listeners and viewers. I'm your host, Grace Opper. Today, my special guest, Angeline Constantino. So, what are the ways you have connected with other survivors?
Okay, I've connected with other survivors on social media, mainly Facebook. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, yes, but mostly my connections come from Facebook and also some networking events. But mostly it's Facebook, social media.
I have one important question I'm going to ask you.
Sure.
Confidence feels internal, not dependent on others.
Correct. Absolutely.
Or on others' approval, but rooted in deep self-knowledge.
Sure. Absolutely. The confidence comes from within. Okay, people pleasing. I stopped pleasing other people because what happens is when you try to please other people, you lose yourself in the process, if that makes sense. Because I know for me, that was a huge struggle. Meaning, like you're going to do whatever your family members tell you to do, regardless if you like it or not. That doesn't work. I stopped people pleasing and I started my own journey and I was able to reclaim my confidence. So I know I talk a lot about that, family members. Some friends will not support you either. People who you thought were your friends are not going to support you. So people pleasing, I stopped worrying about what other people think of me. Regardless, I don't care anymore. I surrendered and I said, I don't care because I know that God has a plan for me. And for example, I'm flying to Europe in 2 weeks. So I'm speaking at a Real and Raw live event for women in London on June 1st. I talked about this in her podcast, actually, people pleasing. There are too many women out there who are trying to please other people. They're trying to please other men, and it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. You have to stand in your truth and reclaim your confidence. And if you try to people please, you are not going to reclaim your confidence because you're going to be spending so much time pleasing others, even though it doesn't align with you, you lose yourself in the process. So I talk about this a lot. In fact, when I fly to London, I'm going to be talking about that. I stopped people pleasing. I stopped worrying about what other people think of me. For example, 7 years ago, I flew to South Africa. I was invited to a gala event. And so many people said, oh, whoa, South Africa? Why are you flying to South Africa for? It didn't matter. I didn't care because I knew that I was on a mission. For me, it's that mission and vision that I have to empower the world and to build that resilience and confidence. And that requires building the muscle. You have to build that muscle. Stop worrying about, what other people think of you. If you want, for me, I pride myself on following certain leaders and mentors who believe in me. But walk your own path because you're going to feel liberated. You're going to feel more confident and liberated. And that will, for me, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And that requires trust and belief in yourself.
Be safe and be positive. Also, don't forget to visit our social media handles, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, at Rising Above Shadows of Abuse. Take care and bye for now.